Welcome to Data Processing Automation by DATCOM. My name is Tom Baum, and I'm the president of DATCOM. Let's take a brief look today at Data Processing Automation, or DPA for short. So what is Data Processing Automation? Well, first, it's a software that accurately performs any repetitive administrative task. 2, it performs the task 4 times faster. 3, it reduces errors and rework to 0. 4, it relieves the staff to perform higher value services to the organization. And 5, it allows a business to quickly scale, enhancing agility and competitiveness of the organization. 6, it reduces workload, which enhances staff well-being. And 7, it increases profits by 14%. So data processing automation can be operated in 2 different modes. One is called human in the loop, whereby the automation uses the staff to oversee and input information as needed. Or 2, full automation, whereby the software runs on a separate computer and runs fully autonomous. So let's observe what automation looks like, or data processing automation. Here we can see that the automation can run in 2 different scenarios, autonomous and human in the loop. At first, we're running the automation fully automated, and as you can see, it is accurately filling in the information from a PDF that was received through an email. It's filling in the Quickbooks entries here into the general ledger. Now we're moving into the human in the loop process. As you can see, the human is picking out the information from the PDF by sight and inputting the information. Obviously, it's much slower, and it does require the individual to make judgment calls on tasks that could produce errors. And then again, or should I say now, we are looking at the automation running fully automated without the human in the loop. And again, as you can see, it's running 4 times faster than it normally would be if it was an individual that was inputting this information. Let's review the difference between data processing automation and human processing. So as you can see here in the chart, we have divided it up into 3 sections. Automation is the first column, the human is the second column, and the difference between the 2. So let's go with the first line, and we notice that it works 24 hours per day, whereas the human typically only works about 6 hours per day, and the difference would be 4 times more improvement automation over the human. The next thing to consider is that they never get sick. Automation never gets sick, it never takes time off, whereas humans, they do have vacation time and sick time. So over the course of a year, there's 8,732 hours for automation, this 1,801 hours per year for the human. So you can see there's a huge difference just by the amount of hours that the automation can work versus the human. The next thing to consider is that it's much faster and it has no distractions, whereas with the human, they're slower and there are distractions. So the difference is basically 471 times faster per hour automation over the human. Next thing to consider is that the automation has no errors or redo work, whereas with the human, there are errors which require the work to be redone in order to get it correct. So the difference is automation is correct every time. The next thing to consider is that automation is impervious to cultural effects, whereas the humans are affected by cultural effects, such as recently the COVID-19. So what's the difference? Automation never stops. The next thing to consider is logged actions. Okay, so the automation actually logs every action it takes. and they can be reviewed at will. Whereas with the human, they don't log any activity. So therefore, it would be hard to find any errors or work that they did without a log to be able to verify the work. So the difference is automation is easily to verify work. The next thing to consider is automation is trained once, whereas with humans, you have to retrain them, especially if you have an individual that is leaving the company and a new one is coming in. So what's the difference? There's no downtime, there's no retraining for the automation. The last thing to consider is that we can automate each individual administrative staff anywhere from 27 to 86%, whereas with the human, there is no automation. So what does that mean to the company generally overall is an additional 14%. For more information, visit our website at datcomllc.com, and I hope that each and every one of you have a great day, and thanks for watching.